Behind blockchain hype, a darker world quietly exists. Criminals, cartels, and cybergangs don't just sell drugs, stolen data, or malware. They also launder billions in digital cash with near impunity. In 2025, law enforcement finally started uncovering this hidden financial underworld in full detail. They exposed some of the boldest and most audacious money laundering schemes ever seen. Multi-hundred-million-dollar operations spread across dark web markets, crypto mixers, shell exchanges, and shadow markets. These schemes cleverly evaded banks, regulators, and even the public eye for years. Today, we dive deep into that world. From massive crypto laundering rings to secret marketplaces turned into digital laundromats, criminals believed they were untouchable for years, until global law enforcement finally struck back decisively. This is the dark web money laundering story of 2025. Chaotic, sophisticated, and packed with intrigue. To understand it, you need to see the full picture. Criminals used hidden dark web markets where illicit goods were traded for cryptocurrency. Crypto mixers scrambled transaction histories to hide the origin of funds from investigators. Unlicensed exchanges operating outside AML/KYC rules funneled illegal proceeds with ease. Shell companies and fake investment fronts helped launder clean money into legitimate systems. Criminals evolved from stuffing cash into cars to digital networks moving dirty money globally in minutes. But 2025 marked a turning point. Authorities disrupted not just transactions, but entire laundering supply chains across the dark web. One major hit was Cryptomixer, a shadowy crypto mixing service. Europol, Swiss, and German authorities took it down in late 2025. It was widely used by ransomware gangs, darknet markets, and sophisticated cybercriminal cells. Authorities seized over $29 million in Bitcoin and 12 terabytes of detailed transaction data. Cryptomixer operated across both dark and clear web, breaking standard blockchain tracing methods. Experts warned that this seizure was only the beginning. Analysts could now link flows to past ransomware attacks, darknet sales, and stolen funds. The era of untraceable crypto had finally been shaken. Another major case was Kazakhstan's Rax crypto exchange. It handled over $224 million in illegal transactions tied to drug trafficking and internet fraud. Rax served over 5 million users and linked to 20 major darknet marketplaces. The exchange lacked even basic AML/KYC safeguards. Authorities froze nearly 9.7 million USDT across dozens of wallets immediately. RAKS demonstrated how dark web laundering could hide in plain sight under the cover of booming crypto markets. No digital playground was too big or too blind for scrutiny. In the United States, the FBI dismantled a sprawling dark web laundering network. It moved over $24 million tied to hacking, drug sales, and other illicit activity. The mastermind, Elon Musk WHM, shuffled earnings through a complex web of crypto wallets and fake identities. The FBI temporarily took over the operation to track every customer and wallet involved. This strategy led to a cascade of downstream arrests across multiple states. He now faces 121 months in prison. The case sparked debates about law enforcement running criminal networks to catch clients. Regardless, it was a watershed moment in investigative strategy. Meanwhile, the Firebunny USA syndicate faced charges. 5 defendants pleaded guilty to laundering millions in proceeds from drug sales. Over 3 years, they shipped over 10,000 packages nationwide. Crypto flows obscured revenue and were coordinated through intermediaries and shell wallets. The case proved a key truth. Physical crime and digital laundering are now inseparable. Authorities could no longer follow shipments alone. They had to trace money across intricate crypto trails. 2025 revealed new law enforcement strategies. International collaboration became the standard, not the exception. Europol, FBI, Swiss, and Kazakh authorities worked together seamlessly. Advanced forensic tools, machine learning, and blockchain analytics anonymized wallet flows. Investigators even took over illicit platforms temporarily to map criminal networks. These weren't isolated arrests, they were strategic operations targeting entire criminal economies. The myth of anonymous crypto laundering was systematically dismantled. One jaw-dropping case was Keon Zimin, a Chinese fraudster in London. She laundered over £5 billion in Bitcoin, the largest seizure in history. She stole from over 128,000 victims and used elaborate shell setups to hide funds. Keon was sentenced to 11 years and 8 months in prison. Her case proved criminal capital in cryptocurrency can involve monster whales, not just small fish. Beyond arrests, 2025 investigations exposed massive laundering networks. A transnational web moved at least $4 billion from 2021 to 2025. It included North Korean cyber raids, fentanyl trafficking, and global scams. Major exchanges were processing suspicious flows, even under regulatory scrutiny. These networks spanned continents, currencies, and illicit markets, blending hacking with drug trafficking. While regulators scrambled to catch up, criminals innovated new methods to move funds faster than ever. Street-level laundering remained active worldwide. From India to Australia, authorities intercepted mule accounts and fake investment schemes. In India, cybercriminals used rented bank accounts to wash nearly 12 crore via crypto conversions. Navsari police arrested 5 suspects laundering crores through multiple accounts. Delhi police busted a nationwide syndicate routing fraud proceeds through sham businesses. Dark web laundering isn't only digital, it still relies on traditional camouflage methods. Several patterns became clear. Laundering reached tens of millions to billions. Technology was central, combining crypto anonymity tools and unregulated exchanges. Networks crossed borders and legal systems. Law enforcement became smarter, faster, and more coordinated. The era of untouchable dark web laundering is ending. Authorities now predict and disrupt networks before attacks occur. Regulations are tightening globally. AML and KYC rules for crypto are stricter than ever. AI-powered tracing tools track laundering patterns at unprecedented speed. Heavier penalties, longer sentences, and larger asset forfeitures are becoming standard. Cross-border cooperation is expected rather than exceptional. Yet, for every mixer shut down, to more rise. For every exchange closed, new gateways appear. For every mule account busted, another web of shell companies waits. This is a cat-and-mouse game between shadow financiers and authorities. In 2025, the dark web balance shifted. Not because crime stopped, but because tools and coordination finally caught up. From multi-billion-dollar networks to high-profile busts, anonymous crypto laundering was fractured. Criminals will adapt, but authorities are ready to fight with data, truth, and persistence. For updates on the next wave of dark web financial crime, like and subscribe. This story is far from over.